Alright, I am at Michigan in the Cup Series here. Going to try to lay down a decent lap and then talk about the setup.
Be ready. Get after it now. Get after
I have ran 38.7 with this, albeit barely a 38.7. I'm hoping to at least get a 38.8 here on video. I will tell you, this is a 3-gear setup, which I have never ran before. I don't believe I ever put together a 3-gear setup. 3.25 was just a little too low of a gear. 3.10, I wasn't getting the engine RPMs that I really wanted out of it. So I wound up going with a 3.07 and then a 1.05 in 3rd gear to kind of get me where I wanted to be. This is a long run setup. I have seen setups on YouTube that are in the 38.4 range, and I will tell you that setup it is definitely fast. It is absolutely fast, but it just looks to me like it would be really hard to drive after a few laps because it seems like it's a pretty loose setup. Which, if you're an elite driver, I think that's how you want things to go, because you can drive a car that's loose and that can be fast. But I just, for the 99% of us that aren't elite drivers, I don't know that would be those setups that are real loose at the beginning are going to be good for us over a long run. But at any rate, that is a 38.877. I don't know that I'm going to improve on that, but we will see here. Michigan is a pretty easy track to drive. I lift just a little going into the corners. I don't even know if on the audio it's perceptible that I am lifting, but I am lifting a little bit going into the corners. I lifted right there, and now I'm back on it. And I bounced off the wall coming off of 2, so that's not going to help this lap. The tire wear on this setup is pretty good. It gets close to being overheating, but I haven't had it actually overheat yet. I lift a little right there, and then I am back in the throttle. Probably should have lifted a little more because I'm a little higher than I want to be coming out of 1 or coming out of 2. Lift a little bit, back in it. Yeah, we're losing it on tires now, but at any rate, that is the setup that I have got for Michigan. Let's go to the garage and talk about it. Like I said, this is a long run setup. This is an easy to drive setup. This is not the fastest setup you will find, but I think over a long run, it is a lot easier to drive, and it is very consistent. So let's look at the setup and see what we got here. I went with a heavier front weight, which on the bigger speedways, it seems like I am becoming more and more frequently doing that. It does seem like it's an easier setup to get my hands around. Some tracks it works, some tracks it doesn't. I used to never run heavy front weights, but in Heat 5 I'm finding that sometimes the car performs a little better that way. The tire pressures, I went way up on the right sides, and then I kind of went up proportionally on the left. The thing I was fighting in Michigan is getting a little bit loose coming off, so that's why you're seeing some of these things with, be it the bump settings or the rebound settings, or be it the way I've got the left spring down 20 pounds and the right spring not all the way up to 600 pounds. I didn't get real aggressive on the camber just because I don't think you need to get real aggressive on the camber to make the car turn at Michigan. And the big thing on this is I did a 3.07 rear end ratio and a 3rd gear of 1.05. So you run it as a 3-gear setup. If you have to save fuel, you can always shift it into 4th gear and save a little bit of fuel. But that is the Michigan setup. You got to try it out over a long run before you make a judgment on it, because like I said, it will not put you on the pole in qualifying, but it is something that's going to be consistent and easy to drive over the full length of it. So with that being said, if you got any questions, let me know. If there's other tracks you want to see a setup on, I will try to put up a video for it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and do me a huge favor and like and subscribe to the channel. Catch you later.